All right, Rastaman, are you there?
Here, the level is low here, but I don't
Rastaman,
know.
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can
Okay,
you hear
well,
me?
I can hear you here, but it's okay. Since you can hear me, I'm pretty sure they're going to be hearing us outside, uh, on our live broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another great day. You are welcome to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show, happening live on Facebook and YouTube. As usual, we are about to start the show, and I am going to bring to you the countdown, and as we start, I already have my special guest. As a matter of fact, a member of the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show. As usual, he is always here with us and is ready to answer your call at any given time. He is no other person than who you know, a regular a member of the show, all the way from the Netherlands. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the great, legendary Rasta man, the great, legendary activist of all time, the man that fight for the oppressed, the man that stand for you. If you are feeling oppressed and you call on him, he is going to go out there and fight for you. This man has represented the whole lot of masses in case during the time of crisis and all that stuff. You will always find him. He is always there for the masses, always there for the people. That's the reason why he has, attained that fame worldwide. He has been persecuted by different government, especially in Nigeria, but he is still standing strong. He's still staying strong. Welcome to the show. I welcome you to the show, great Rasta man, our brother, our legendary reggae artist of all time, Black All Rise.
Greetings. I greet you all in that divine name of our Lord and Savior Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Rastaman, thank you. I believe that the people they can hear you out there, even though I don't hear you right now. I don't know what's going on with the microphone system, but we'll figure that out as we get along. Um, this is the Jobran Idele-Ero show. We have a very, very, very crucial topic today of discussion. As you know, this program is aired right now simultaneously on Facebook and YouTube. So the topic of the day is very, very important to the democratic system in Nigeria. Democracy, whether it's we're going to be able to salvage the democratic system in Nigeria, this is it. The Senate has done a very, very good job this time around. I think I commend their effort for the what they just kept up with. They have passed the uh, the past what they call direct and indirect primary. It has been a difficult thing that has been causing a lot of problem in Nigeria. Here we go. I'm going to bring in our brother Ibinowa here, Mr. Ibinowa here, all the way from Italy. You are welcome to the program. Uh, Before your arrival, I just welcome our great legendary Rasta man and activist, Black O Rice. He's already here seated. And I want to welcome you too, Mr. Igbinoaya. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having our legend, Mr. Rice, Rastafari. I'm very happy to see you today.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure. Yeah, Black Rice.
Thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
Yeah.
Um,
Equally, I want to extend
can, I,
my
can you hear me?
excuse me, sir. I want to extend my greetings to you for today's discussion. The topic is very motivating. I'm indeed very, very happy for your intelligence and wisdom to have gone too far to choose a topic like this. I think it will go a long way to really help educate Nigerians, particularly our Edo people. Thank you, sir, for hosting us this evening.
Anyway, so
Thank
I
you.
don't
Thank you.
know, maybe it's my system, but I heard you, but I really couldn't get you clearly what you said. I know you were speaking, but anyhow, you are welcome to the program. The topic of the day, you already know that the Senate just passed and a very, very important bill in Nigeria. And that bill has to do with the electoral process, the democratic system in Nigeria. You know, we have been having what they call indirect primaries. Indirect primaries, as you know, is what all political parties have been using in Nigeria to bring up their candidates for elections. The indirect primary, what that means is uh, the a few people, let me call it a few people, like maybe selected few members of the party, were maybe second or adopt a candidate of whoever they come up with, and so that's who they're going to present in, from their political party to represent them in an election. All political parties, most of them has been using what they call indirect primaries. But this time around, uh, the uh, the Senate has just passed a bill that the political parties should adopt the direct primaries. And the difference is direct primaries is the every card carrying member of that political party will have the chance, the opportunity to, you know, nominate who is going to represent them in an election. That is what we just got, and it is to me, it's kind of laudable. That's why I brought you guys today. I know you are biased in politics of Nigeria. The same thing with our great Rastaman, our legendary Rastaman, uh, Black Rice. So both of you, I know you guys have great knowledge about what we're talking about here. So I want you guys to, I mean, speak your mind tonight on this program, on this broadcast, and let the people know how you feel about the bill that the city just passed. I want to just turn the microphone over to Black Rice. Sir, go ahead and tell us what you know about this bill. I know you must have heard about it. You must have probably read about it and heard about it as well. So uh, is that this direct primary? What do you think about it? First of all, say something before I go into further question, so that the people will be educated about it, and then let's see whether they're going to be comfortable with it or not. Okay, um, Black Rice, direct primaries in all the political parties in Nigeria to present candidate for election.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Direct primary, like you have rightly defined it, is a primary whereby members of the political parties choose their party candidates, while indirect primaries selected few to select their flag bearer. That is what you said. The Senate just passed that every of them should do the direct one, which means all card carrying members of the party are opportune to choose their own representative. To me, I don't see anything bad with the two. I don't see anything wrong with the two definitions. It is the people who are practicing it that is corrupting it, whether it's indirect or direct. All of them, they are supposed to perform the same thing. If they say, okay, the indirect one is not good enough, that means the people representing us in the Senate and all the houses, they are not even supposed to be there, because the few cannot represent all of us. So all of us go to the Senate and become senators. But that being the case, they have tried the indirect one. They say it's wrong because they're paying too much, I think too much bribe to put the wrong person there. Now they want to share the money among everybody. A little bit of hole here, a little bit of hole there, so that the poor people too can enjoy what they have been enjoying. That's how I see it. If not, there's nothing really wrong with the two primaries, whether direct or indirect.
Okay, thank you so much, Rastaman. Now I can hear you both well. I think I
Great.
figured that out. I hear you so clearly now. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Igbinoma here to tell us what you know about the two system, that is direct and indirect primary of selecting candidates for elections. Mr. Igbinoma here.
Thank you, Mr. Host. I think two of you have really defined the two systems, which is indirect and indirect. It's the indirect and direct. However, in Nigeria context, let us see it. When I Google it in the net today, I saw Nigeria senator kicking against it before now, and you see the place was flooded with Nigeria politics, especially the PDP, as far as direct system of choosing candidate is concerned. But the issue here now is, let us go further to look at the rationale why the Senate is now pronouncing that all parties have to go through direct primary. To me, I'm a little worried. The system is an excellent way of choosing candidates, but I'm worried at this time of coming because of the north and south presidential issues. Because the northerners, they feel that they are more in number. That by the time they now come out to choose their candidate by direct, maybe they will feed their candidate in most of these very political parties. But let us narrow it down to our side, maybe at the state election or local government election. I think it is a welcome one, depending on the community or the area. It is handled very well. You see, people we never expected will emerge as candidates. But by the time when our people they are hungry and the man with the big pocket now comes in, he is able to buy each vote by 1,000 naira. At the end, a wrong person will go in there. But from what happened in Edo election, I think it's a lesson to most persons in Nigeria that the people they are waking up now, that they want the right person at the right post. They want their own representative and not a representative of the few. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we are still here broadcasting live the Idele-Ero show live from the studio. We are on Facebook and YouTube in case you're just joining us. You are watching our great legendary Rastaman, reggae superstar, talking about black or rice, all the way from the Netherlands. regular participant in this program, is here with us. It's all the way from here with us from Italy, all the way from Italy. Now, I have a question for both of you because I want our audience to be educated, especially those in Nigeria. The election is on the way. We have 2023 elections coming, and in our state, we are hoping that the local government election as well is coming soon. But now the question is the direct primaries, as I explained it my own way. I know you guys also have touched on it. The direct primaries is with all card carrying members of the of all political parties. All card carrying members, every card carrying member, we have the chance to participate in the nomination of candidates to be presented for election. Now, the indirect primary is limited to a few people, like probably what they call delegates or executive, as suspect out by the political party. Now, if you limit it to such people, and then you know how it is. The candidates, in both ways, it is going to be difficult. Both ways, anyway. The candidates now have to spend money, among the delegates or the executive or the parties that is going to make the selection. Okay, but if it is open to everyone, which is direct and primary, they will also spend money as well because Nigerian politics is all about money, money, money. They are not even interested in who is going to live. But at the same time, there's some disadvantage, with that indirect and indirect. But the advantage of the direct primaries is that everybody have the chance to participate in the choices, not limited to a few people. I guess you guys are getting me. So this is what we are talking about tonight. Now, Rastaman, you said it before that there's no difference in vote, right? There's no difference in whether it's direct or a primary. Why do you think the Senate has now adopted or rather they have passed this bill for direct primary? What do you think, motivate them to do that? Rastaman, Black or Rights. Black Rights, can you hear me, sir? Hello, looks like his system is closed. Okay. I'm going to turn that over to Mr. Idele-Ero. Mr. Idele-Ero, can you hear me?
Yes, quite right.
Okay, good. It looks like Rastaman's device is closed. Sir, are you there? Can you hear me? Rastaman?
Jerry, you
hear me, right? Okay. Mr. Idele-Ero.
Joe, I didn't quite hear what you were saying. Yes.
Okay. Can you speak? I think your device is closed.
Your system is distorted.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. We're with you. If you get me, let us know so you can go ahead and answer the question. Or before you fix the issue with the device, I need Mr. Idele-Ero to go ahead and say something about the advantage and disadvantage of both systems.
Hello. Can I come on now?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, let me borrow it from Rasta Black Rice. Both the indirect and direct, they are both good system advantageous, depending on the community and area where you are implementing it or the people implementing it. But let us talk about this very direct primaries. You said, yes, it gives everybody, that is the party members, an opportunity to choose who is going to represent them, who is going to be their candidate for a particular office. But look at in Nigeria's situation, because there is no job, practically almost every person above 18 years has a political party card, has one party or the other card, he or she is a member to a political party, which means everywhere is now flooded with political members. But if we now do it as in a direct manner, you see that the best candidate that is in touch with the people will now emerge. But I said it earlier, by the time it is mismanaged, you see that it's now becomes an avenue where the nomination has to be bought. The man with the highest money will not have it, which will that will now abuse the system in Nigeria system.
Yes, I got you. What is the direct primary or the indirect, right? Just talk about it. I don't understand. Were you saying that whoever has the highest money can buy the people when it is direct system, or
Yes.
it's the direct, right?
Yeah, in the direct, by the time they now come out, every person with the card member has a right to vote. You see that the man with the big ball will now go and pay and have the nomination like any other election. Yeah.
I understand. So basically, uh, you are saying that I mean, because if you look at it as the last time I said earlier, in the indirect system, the same thing happens anyway. The people that are the delegates, right? They collect bribe from the candidate, from the potential candidate, the aspirant. Let me put it that way. The aspirants, they still collect money from them. Before they we say, okay, well, yeah, we nominate you to stand for us, in this political party for the election, right? So both ways, obviously, they're going to collect money. But I believe that the aspirants will pay more money in the direct primaries because everybody is participating, right? But when it is the indirect, they are they are few, not so much. Even though they still go spend money. Anyway. We we are trying to kind of differentiate what these two systems is and the advantage it would bring to the democratic system in Nigeria. Last time I looks like you're back on track. Can you speak on the issues, the advantage and the
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Like I said earlier, there is none of those two systems. There's no one that is not good. It is the implementation that is really our problem in Nigeria. Every law, there is no law in Nigeria that is not being propagated. But the implementation, that is it. Now you are saying it is better for a ship to have several holes to take in water than one big hole to take in water. The two ships, the two systems are going to sink the ship anyway. Whether so many holes to take water in or one big hole to take water in. When you say indirect, that means we're going to put more in which means you're getting a little more on, but it's almost the same amount going to spend anyway. So in Nigeria system, I think our problem is still that we don't understand how to play this democracy, how democracy works. This period now, this time they are calling for this direct. This period they're calling for direct system now is to help the Northerners retain power. If you don't understand the game they play in Nigeria politics, it is start to leave and give power to our traditional rulers. Now, you are telling us we don't have border with the Niger. Niger and Zamfara, they are the same now. They are the same. So when they are coming to say, okay, let's do direct, everybody that is going to trump into Kano and Zamfara and vote for the Alabama to win again. Meanwhile, we don't border. We have close border now with Cotonou and Ghana. We cannot even bring them in because we know them. They know, yes, this is a Ghanaian. But in the northern section, we don't know who is who there. So this is not the time to even think about this project. This is a project, a diversionary project to make. You know? However, I want to do it because I'm actually a politician and they are corrupt. But I know what they are playing. So that's my contribution, my brother.
But yeah, thank you so much, legendary Rasta man. Well, we are going to. Well, this topic looks very nice, and I wonder how the Senate were able to come out with this direct primary. I mean, that the choice direct primary is there. If you look at it in the Western world, even here in America, they are using direct primary. There is no bribe whatsoever involved. Everybody there, you are happy to go out there to present, you know, to vote or nominate the candidate that you feel will deliver. That's what happened in the Western world. We do this every election period in the Western world. I know about Europe because I've been there, and I know about America as well. The direct primary pays better, civilized system, but in our society, according to Mr. Gino as well, this the person that has the most money, you know, would be the one uh, to succeed, you know. So that's one thing. But you know, if that's the case, if that's the case, that both system is going to attract bribery, you know, that people are just out there to collect money, whether the candidate, the aspirant is going to be the best for the system, they don't care. All they care is the money because there's hunger. But what do we do? Where do we go from here? Now, the indirect system has not favored the country. So that's why you see they come up with nepotism, you know, favoritism, and all that stuff. They pick those who are even less qualified. That the least qualified people are those representing us everywhere from bottom up. From bottom up. The people that are least qualified are those representing us. So now they came up with this direct family. And then again, we're still worried about the fact that the people themselves are hungry. They've been impoverished. So they are waiting for election time like this. So when they are now involved, everybody is now involved, you know, to participate in the nomination they are still going to receive a bribery. What do we do? Do we suggest that there should be a law prohibiting the bribery and corruption in the nomination process of political parties? Mr. Ikinowa here.
Yes.
So, what do you have to say about this point here?
Thank you very much, my brother. These very direct primaries, they are now bringing on board. We know that DDP have been using the system to get their candidate nominated. But the legislative or the Senate will tell you they want people participation in politics. That is why they are now returning or making it mandatory for all political parties to nominate their candidate through direct primaries. But I will tell you another hidden agenda there. This is a way to frustrate the youth out of politics. How many youth have the capacity, the way without, or to compete with these old senators and the representatives that have been there for many years? By the time you now ask everybody to go to his ward for nomination, do the youth, the young people, do they have money to really entertain people to vote for them?
Well, yeah, that's the question. That's the question.
Yes. They don't. They don't have.
Yeah,
Then on the federal level, the reason why the two reasons are perceived is to continually keep the power up north and to frustrate the young people that are agitating for today out of politics. But I think if we really put our heads together, there are way out of all this nonsense. The two political parties we have in Nigeria today, PDP and APC, they have nothing to offer to Nigerians. They have nothing to offer to Nigeria. Rather, they are going to reduce us to nothingness. If we have another mega party coming up, then we will have to follow the rule of law in that party. But another advantage again is, will people learn lesson from Edo? What the last governorship election we had in Edo State is a pace setter to Nigeria electorate and politicians, that the old system of doing things will not continue to function again. That the people have taken their resolute to really do things in a new way, so that the country and the state can move further. So if everybody now put aside the money bars like what they brought into Benin, never what, the people decided to vote their conscience. If during these very primaries, the card carriers decide to vote their conscience, you see, the best candidate will emerge, and invariably that one will secure a victory for that person. By the time you bring in new person, come and spend money, have the ticket, during the real election, people might vote otherwise, like what I've seen before. Yes. Thank you.
So one particular point, you just made a very, very vital point there, that when the people are allowed to participate, whether it is APC, PDP, or the rest other parties, that are involved in elections in Nigeria, whether it doesn't matter whichever party it is, right? If all card carrying members are allowed to participate in the primary process, in the nomination process, you are of the opinion that the best candidate will emerge, right? Great. All right. So now I'm going to ask our legendary Rastaman this question based on the point you just raised. So, Black Rights. Now, you have elaborated on the fact that both system, direct or indirect, is the same to you because both of them actually attract, bribery, and corruption. So, but what Mr. Ginoya just said is, if the vast majority of the people or the political party members are allowed to participate in the nomination process, that the best candidate will emerge. Okay, so how do you think that is going to work with the people who, they're hungry. The people have been impoverished. They are hungry. They want money. Don't you think, let's say the best candidate, according to Mr. Economic here that we emerge, right, doesn't have the money. He does not have the money to give them, the hungry people, right? So don't you think just go ahead and vote for somebody else that is less qualified or that is not even qualified because that person is Mr. Black, all right.
Yeah, my brother, I quite understood what Mr. Benoit alluding to. In the case of the Edo election, we cannot equate that with the national election. National election, we have a lot of people who don't even know what election is. But now to just come and vote. We have underage voters from the north. We have strange voters from the north. We have unknown voters from the north. We don't have that such in the south. Okay, let's say the best man wins. In Edo State, we did it. We just told them we don't want you, and that's all. We need this man to do it. It's not going to be quite. These people they have perfected their own kind of system. It is their system. Know it. It's a secret thing. It's a court. These people, they are in a court. We are not. That's why you can see them cross carpeting every time because they know themselves. If they are fighting now in the public, later in the night they are going to hold meeting together. So I'm not going to buy into that. Let's do this way. Then at the end, the best man wins. You'll be surprised that even in Ogun State, the best man won, but they had to repeat the election, and the wrong man won. In the case of Imo State, the person who was never even on the ballot paper won the governorship election. So that is different from these democratic things we are talking about. We don't know. Our laws there in Nigeria is not working. We don't know what we are playing with. I must tell you the truth. It's not going to work. It will work now because that's what they want now. They say, okay, they're going to spend money in the general election. That's what they want. They say,
okay,
not a card carrying member. They have people pay out of their pay more than the card carriers. Some people pay for their card to just obtain a card. Some pay to obtain a card and pay to move the party forward. So they all cannot be in the same group. You cannot put all of those people together. They will do it. They will do it publicly now like this. Like, okay, it's all of us choosing who to. But at the end, they are still going to tell you this is the man that won. It's not the voters that have the problem. It is the people counting the votes. the BOT. I don't know what they call the BOT people who the main people, the main babas, people with big money, big bags, people with bullion van. Those are the people who go to count the vote and tell you this is the man that won. Nigeria, I don't want us to compare ourselves to America or England or even the other people. No, no, no. Our democratic system is different from the rest of the world. I'm sorry to say.
Okay, well, that's right. You don't have to be sorry about it. But the thing is, how do we fix it? How do we fix the systems? Well, because it's kind of confusing. We've been practicing the indirect, primary system among the political parties, right? And yet we have been presented with some kind of uh, people that you don't even dream of, going to the position they are in Nigeria, because you wonder, it is ridiculous when you see people that are representing us, probably especially those in the either House of Assembly or National Assembly, and when you see that the people, they, they don't even, some of them would not even say a word throughout their term, because honestly, they will not have any contribution. And the reason for their going there is to make laws that will be workable for Nigerian system, political system, or democratic system. But these people, because of the indirect primary that we'll be using, like I said earlier, or like all of us have agreed, that that system is so corrupt and porous that they will end up nominating, the least qualified, or even though that are not even qualified, to represent us. And when they now nominate them, they present them for the general election. Guess what? The electorate, everybody will go ahead and vote. You have to vote anyway, as a citizen, as a good citizen. But the person you are voting for is not the right person. It's not supposed to be the right person that you will vote for. You have no choice at that time. So basically, this is very, very important. It's very critical. The problem is the election. If you ask me, the primary, as important as it is, will become the election, because if they do not nominate good candidates, right? What we are going to get is what we are facing now. That a lot of people, there are a lot of no-brainers in there. People who are not supposed to even be in politics. They're representing. They don't even have it. They don't know what they're doing. It is because of the porous system of a nomination. Because if you do not nominate good candidates, guess what you're going to get at the end of the election? You're going to get bad representation. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I want you, Mr. Gnoma here. Go ahead and
Thank you very much. If you look at when you measure some of these, our representative during the IO term or tenure in the house, they will not even make a move a motion allowed. Yes, how do you expect somebody to give what he don't have? It's not possible because most of these persons you see in the House of Representatives, even House of Assemblies and the Senate, because they are not prepared for it. They don't have what it takes to be there. Sometimes in the past, we heard somebody will say, whether if you like you vote, you don't vote. I don't enter there. That is, our vote is not going to count. There is somebody like that. How did you expect him to go and represent you? How is he going to represent you? So these are big errors we have gone through in the past. Like what Black Rice has said earlier, the two systems are good, but the implementation is what really matters. Like when I spoke on the federal level, their agenda of to favor the North, I narrow it down to the South. And I pick Edo State as an example. Because Edo State, we have been able to set a motion for others, for them to learn. If what we did in Edo, if other states of the federation do it, we don't have problem in Nigeria again. This money for vote, it has stopped in Edo. Let us hope it will continue. It has stopped in Edo.
Very well.
Let us hope it continue and spread to other states. And that is our prayer now. So if it spread to other states, you see that even the people that are inventing this very direct system now, it's not a governmental pronouncement, which is a kind of law. But there's no law that has no loopholes. Today, they might think it's going to favor them. Let us see what is going to happen after some time. But I'm thinking and I believe that if people like us that are really awoken in the South, if people follow the footsteps of most of the some southern states, I think the designer of this very direct primary will find his or herself to be blamed. Yes, I don't see them returning to the Senate or House of Reps if this thing is well implemented. Like here, it is a crime to bribe, but in Nigeria, bros, what do you get for us? Something for the bribe. That is no bribe. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. Interesting now. Okay. When you say implementation, right? Basically, we have a body in the country, the nation, that is responsible for the election, election process in Nigeria, right? I think that's the INEC. Okay, now this one brings us to another point. Political parties, they have their own right, to nominate their candidate, right? Whether direct or indirect way of nomination. The implementation, who is going to implement the process so that it will be thorough, I mean, there'll be kind of maybe about 70% error, something like that. Who is going to implement it? Is it going to be the INEC that will also monitor the nomination process throughout the political parties? Or do you think the political parties themselves will have that credibility to be able to, well, so that we can have good candidate for the election, and at the end of the day, we have good representation. Because when we have good representation in Nigeria, right, things that has eliminated a whole lot of issues that we are going through now, or that we have been going through. Okay, so basically, this is important. It's very critical. Now, who is going to implement it? Black Rice talked about the implementation. You talked about the implementation, Mr. Black. Who or how? How do we? Any way? Is there any means that we can? The Nigeria system, Mr. Black.
But I think you're asking me who's going to implement it better, whether INEC or the parties themselves. But I must tell you this.
Yes.
They're trying to put INEC in another, they are trying to put INEC in the spotlight again now. Because INEC has gotten a job to do. Their own is to do the general election and make sure we have a free and fair election. on the stage. The INEC now, they're trying to buy INEC over. We serving two parties. Those the others not even to this outcome. We are not talking about PDP and APC. So they are now giving INEC another avenue to make more money to corrupt them. You know, this is a party issue. They should have allowed the party to sort their things out themselves. The party constitution has its own constitution. Now they're supposed to do their own. You right and go to the and showcase what you have been doing, what you have been preparing for. To ask INEC now to go and be doing the biddings of the political parties is like creating another avenue to corrupt INEC. Now we have a problem with all those students, all those youth corpers. We don't trust them anymore because they are now being politicized on the national level. They've been bought over by the political parties. So we don't trust them. Anything go wrong, we'll say, yeah, because they are not doing, they are not working for the nation. They are working for their bosses.
Okay.
You know? So I think the political parties are supposed to do their own dirty work themselves, not INEC. INEC is independent. They're supposed to be for the nation's main election.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So that's my take.
For that. You are very correct that INEC already have a lot, on their plate. They have a lot of responsibilities to officially or to oversee elections in a complex nation such as Nigeria. It's not an easy task.
Yeah.
So we already have all that to deal with. Now we do not want to bring in another responsibility to add to what they already got. Otherwise, they will just be overwhelmed, and then the system will collapse. I know that. So, well, we okay. If we do not want to involve INEC as the umpire of the nomination process in all the political parties to bring out candidates, so how do we now ensure that this system we are well coordinated and implemented according to you, so that we can have the best candidate to represent it? So how do we go about that? The political parties already are too corrupt. They are too corrupt. Whether they are using direct or indirect system, as you have said earlier, we are still not going to get the best candidate. So that's a problem.
Sorry for that very blackout.
No problem. You're good. You're good. We're okay. We're good. That's why I just brought it back. Now, the point is, if INEC is having
Yeah.
already, okay, and then we know what to add this one to their responsibility. So, and the political parties on their own are corrupt. They are not giving us the best that we desire in that country, right? They are not. There's no doubt about it. PDP, APC, other parties are going to be the same thing. So what do we do? How do we ensure that you all what I have agreed that the implementation is the problem? Who is going to are we going to import people from overseas to come and oversee the nomination process in political parties? Are they going to be the same people that will implement the direct or indirect? Speak on this. Anyway. So who is going to be the one to implement it? The political parties are already corrupt. They're on their own. I already have too much. to do. You know, they had too much to do. Too much.
I don't know if I can come in here.
Go ahead. It's open.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Like the question you raised before the blackout was that who is going to handle the nomination process, the primary process? I think if we give that very power to the political party, I think that one will create a kind of very big commotion. There will be death, killing here and there if the political party, if they are allowed to organize it. I think the responsibility should go to INEC. Though INEC, for some time, they've not been giving us a very, very credible election result, only apart from the Edo State own. But however, there is a learning process. Some time ago, I saw the former INEC chairman, Professor Jaga. He was stressing that election should be transmitted through electronic means. You see, when people are in the office, because they are in the office, they cannot do the right thing. After leaving office, they will be crying for it. So I believe by the time INEC now do the primary elections and the May election, everything transmitted through electronic means, I think we will get a better result than what we have today. There are rooms for improvement. I know it has to be a community development or self-development in that we have to reason within ourselves and come up with a way of doing this thing. Most of the laws we have in Nigeria, actually, they are all good and perfect law. But the implementation is what really matters. People implementing it, they turn everything upside down. The civil servants, they are not civil servants. They are money-making agents in their various offices. The police, one policeman called the police a bad organization. For a policeman to rise up and call his organization a bad organization, that the people are coming out to speak the truth. Then some professor will now say the university, they are not providing them materials to work with. And the soldiers are crying that they are not providing them ammunition to fight Boko Haram. The truth that has been buried is coming out now. Then in the political arena, we should expect a bigger one. That one will now put everybody to the place he or she belongs to. I think when that happens, Nigeria will be a kind of Eldorado, a place all of us will love to live. Thank you.
Wow, that's interesting. That's right. You want to add to what you just said? That is
yes.
That's so eloquent of you. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm sure.
Nice one.
Audience today they are learning a lot. That's the reason. That's the idea behind this topic, chosen topic of this broadcast. Now we want the people to be educated. You know, they want to enlighten the people. Let us come out with a way forward that will make our country great. Because the way it has been, has been terrible. Now you have also mentioned that those states, they came out with a very, very clear, you know, way of according to the excellence. I'm very close about making reference to that particular election, right? Okay. Actually, that election, you know, is supposed to be a place, a set for the rest of the states in the country, because that is when everyone step out unanimously to support who they actually want to lead them. But what we are talking about today is the primary system. Look at what happened. Or Shopole wanted to single-handed, make the choice for the rest of the people. Because they rejected that. That is what we need to practice in that no one man is capable, has the capacity of bringing out, a candidate. No one man, because you cannot tell me that you know more than everybody else. What you are saying is less than what everybody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that system in Edo State has been killed. That system of godfatherism has been killed. You agree with me, both of you, or even the listener, that godfatherism has been, primarily responsible, for the, inadequacies in our system. That our system is not working, adequate. It's because of godfatherism. They bring in non-entities to represent us. That is a shame. Allow the people lead. Let the people lead. Let the people make their choice. And that way, they can hold them accountable. They can hold them accountable if there's something going wrong. Mr. Blackley, I see that you're smiling. Both of you are smiling, actually.
Yeah.
Are following. So the reading. What do we do? What do we do? Direct or indirect, it has been the problematic in that country. So now we are talking about direct. If we follow direct system, where everybody would be involved, have the opportunity of actually participating in the front nomination. Okay, we talk about bribe and all that stuff, and we talk about the implementation. Again, at those states, we also talk about how we all came out, to speak, in one voice that this is who we chose to lead us, right? With that system be replicated all through the country so that we can have, a sanitized system. Black rights. All right.
Clearly, you say, of a docent, it's only working in cannot work in Lagos, because we already know godfatherism in Lagos has a stronghold. But in Edo State, that's what they were planning to formulate there or plant there, which didn't work. It can't work in Edo State because we in Edo State, we have been democratic from time. The advanced people, our colonizers came because they were jealous of our system. That's why they said, no, our system is no good, this, that. We were democratic. In those states, we were able to remove our Oba. Go check history. We removed our that was not performing. That's democracy. So in those states, you cannot come and teach us what you are, what we already know. So it can't work. That Edo State, our model has come to stay now. With this model we used the last election, there is no going back from there. So even if Obaseki wants to try to of other states, we cannot, because the nation is not to get. Actually, we are just shying away from. We are not a nation, but I would say it as this: we are not a nation. We are just trying to beat up the pieces, come by force together. By force, we can't come by force together. Force does not bring unity. We don't have underage voters in those states. We don't have much. We don't have illiterates like that in those states. We have learned people, people who are ready to sacrifice, people who are ready to give their all.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
Let,
So
yeah,
if we
let me
say
just add
which
to
way
that.
forward, if we want to say the way,
Mr. Gunawaya, yes, you were saying something.
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you. I think by creation, although we are very, very, very fortunate. I remember in one of my literature tests, history and philosophy, I was made to understand that God created the world through the Edo nation. And we have, yeah, we have the Oba that is equal to the Edo god. Oba Nedo Osano Gevano Nimani Edo. Then every grown-up man and woman in Benin Kingdom is called Okwaba or Okwoba, which reserve the right to think for himself. Okwaba, Okwoba. Then God said gave the Edo nation an intelligence that we know what is good and what is bad. Also, in another Edo where Edo Yuma Emiopa or Yaku. It is that intelligence. I know, you know, he knows. Also, once everybody knows this, then we can forge ahead. Then, actually, this system, we need to educate our people. Let them know that if they collect 1,000 naira for any election, that 1,000 naira will last for the tenure of that person they voted for. It is better they put aside that 1,000 and expect development. Development can be in any form through good school system, water, light, hospital, and many other things. In a civilized world, they pay bonuses to aged people and younger children. These are things we expect to happen in Nigeria. Welfare, pay them some token at the end of the month. And again, the nation or the government have to strengthen electoral offenses punishment. Because the reason people commit crime, if they know they are not going to be punished for it. For someone to go and snatch a ballot box, if you know that he will go in for 20 years, he will not go and pick it. But by the time he or she goes to snatch a ballot box, tomorrow you see him walking, still threatening people around. That one is not the candidate. There's just Mr. Nobody, Agberu. You will now turn the will of the people and remove it. It's not the governor, it's not the president. The corruption is everywhere. It's within us. From every house to every street to the city. That is why we have them. I don't think nobody has come from Lagos to come and snatch buses from Guinea. But I don't know if our people have gone to other places to go and snatch ballot buses. So if they know that we have a very strong punishment for any electoral malpractices, then it's a way to educate the people. People will stay away from crime during electoral process.
Yeah, that is so right. That's so great. These are part of the implementation that we'll be talking about. The critical issue at hand, this topic, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, tuning in. This is the happening live on Facebook, YouTube. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. We welcome your contribution, either in the comment box or calling us on this WhatsApp number on your screen. plus 121 4 229 7475. That's the WhatsApp number you can call to ask any of us. That means a black rice or ask us a question or just make your contribution as what needs to be done country forward for the old order system of one nation. Passing a bill of direct primaries, if that is audible bill, so what yeah, what you feel about it, go to the comments box and click the comment question or call us on the WhatsApp number that you are seeing. In the meantime, I'm going to bring you the music of one of our, guests that showed up last week, last show. The legendary Black Band, they have a very good music. I have three of them lined up. I'm going to play you one right now. And I'm going to share that on the screen. You will watch the 1897 talking about how our artifacts were created by the European, British and European. And they also have another one where he was talking about corruption, that the politicians should bring back the money. Yes, and the same thing, we have our legendary music also lined up. I'm going to pick you one where Moremida is asking for the corrupt leaders to bring back our money that we played long time ago. So, and please, while we are warming up to come back to show with ideas, to share ideas on how to move to forward. Okay? Here is a
Hey, you know what I'm talking about now, y'all? It's about time for all y'all suckers to bring back the money that you stole from the nation's account. Yeah, and right, we keep looking us blind. Hey, all you suckers need to bring back the money, y'all. Check. Bring it back. Bring it back. All the money that you stole from the nation's account. Bring it back. Yeah. Bring back Bring it back. Bring it back. All the money that you start waiting for in the account. Bring it back. How many people really have to die before you get wise and realize that it just ain't right?
That was a very great one.
Sucking on the deck with streets every day. Starts another money that you stole away. If worried again, my people don't care. It's only you the matters you gather by the other way. Educate and renovate your mind, y'all. Cause someday you go down, leave it all behind. To another, younger, just another brother. You don't even bother to think about your brother. You think that you're bringing to another but a loser, sucker, bunker, damn country wrecker.
Bring back the money.
Bring it back.
Bring back
Bring it back. All the money that you stole from the nation's account. Bring it back. Bring it back, yo.
Bring back
Yeah. Bring it back.
Bring back
Bring it back. All the money that you started waiting for in the account. Bring it back. Bring it back, yo. Now the money is being used in different factories, businesses, thousands of miles away. And over here, where it's really needed. Tell you what, my people's up every day. How can you live just to beat it? Never Well, it's that limit, hiding behind diplomatic immunity. While you're off and losing due to the impunities, stripping down the moral value of your community. Now you're cheating the prostitution just to get by. You watch it on TV and you wonder why. Well, you're the reason you commit the treason. So stop the looking, bring back the money, y'all.
Bring back the money.
Bring it back.
Bring back
Bring it, bring it, bring it back. All the money that you stole from the nation's
Musa
account. Bring it back.
donc
Bring it
doa ya
back,
kayi
y'all.
daga mayo
bring back the
Yeah.
money.
Bring it back.
Bring back
Bring it, bring it, bring it back. All the money that you started waiting for in the account. Bring it back. Bring it back, y'all.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, 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 bring it, bring back the money. Bring it back,
Yeah.
bring it back,
Bring it.
bring it back,
Bring it,
bring it
bring it,
back, bring it
bring it.
back, bring it back,
Hey, hey.
bring it back, bring it, bring back the money.
Yeah.
Bring it back,
It don't make sense to me at all, man.
okay
See other nations
àwọn ọmọ ya
progress
kìí tẹ̀lé wọn
and to see the nation diminish.
yeah
That's right, man. Everybody moving forward, but we're moving back. It don't make no sense to me, y'all. So we gotta check it, man. It's a nation of corruption. Can never see the right direction. So y'all better stop looking. It's time to start building.
music one of
You
ika
can fool some people
mutum music
sometimes.
na
You cannot fool all the people all the time, man. That's right. All y'all looters, robbers, politicians, people with power, looting us blind. Hey,
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, 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 bring it, bring back the money. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
We are still here, listening to the Idele-Ero show. If you are just tuning in, that's what you are listening. Um, Last show where we honored our very own the reggae superstar, the legendary Black All Rights. We all were there. It was a very exciting show. I was there as an old DJ. In my People was there as an old DJ. Monday Midnight he was there as an old DJ and a musician from Belgium. Both of them, Ima and Monday, they are from Belgium. While our legendary Black Rise is from the Netherlands. So we are still here on the topic. We still have a couple of minutes to go before we round up the show. We have done very well today, and I will bring this topic back again for more education of the people, more enlightenment, because it is through this kind of broadcast that the people get to understand what it is, what the difference is of the system, you know, between the direct and indirect system of nomination into the proper election in Nigeria. Now, we have talked about so many things, bribery, nepotism, favoritism. We talk about the system being the same either way, whether it is direct or indirect. Where primaries, we have talked about it for a complex nation like Nigeria. It is hard to now understand what the difference is. Then we also make reference to the last election in Edo State that brought in the second term of His Excellency Godwin. That's that that was the best election we have witnessed. in that country. We are also expecting other states to replicate it in their states so that our country can get better. Can be something to election, whereby the right people are elected. But it starts from start from. So, Black Rice, we are about to round up show. What is your advice? Because I'm going to repeat this topic again. I know a lot of people who are going to listen to it or who are already listening to the show. They probably have questions to ask. They have not actually asked questions. They're probably thinking about it. They're probably learning about it. So, what is your advice to the people of Nigeria regarding this system? What is what is your advice to the people? What do you want the people to actually do to make the system work?
Yeah, what I would have suggested, I know it's not going to be, it's not. It's if they want INEC, like now I'm hearing that INEC is going to oversee the parties' primaries, then INEC should get the list of the members. INEC now will have to stream down because all of them cannot just go and be rallying around, go to vote that day. Really and truly, that's it. Being the picking now because bribing who INEC has not picked. That is another thing. So on that day, they are going to make to line up behind their candidates, like they did in Abiola's case. Line up behind your
If
candidate, and let's
if
see
all,
if that candidate wins. You know, that's my idea for them if they choose to follow it. If not, let the nation just go ahead and do what they have been doing. The parties should do their own game. They have their gentleman's agreement, zoning. Okay, now the top out. The South has to choose from where the presidency has to come from. That is it, because now they are going to use majority carries the vote again on primaries, which is which is a fraudulent way of holding on to power. Because they have more numbers in the north, because the north is stretching down to North Africa. Oh, yeah, Chad. That's all the north. So that's our north. We don't have north. The east and the east we have is the river. There's nobody on the river. So when it's north, the northern state stretches to Egypt, to Libya. Those are not for us. So we don't want all those kind of bogus numbers to come and give us another man that borrowed money to buy his nomination papers, and now everybody's hungry. We don't pay. That's our this man. You don't have more from.
Mr. Black Rice, that is, oh my God. I hope the listeners out there, the viewers, they are listening to you. Uh, you are just saying it the way it is in the mind of so many, because that country actually is so divided, but they do not want to agree that it's divided. However, that's a topic for another day, like I always say. That zoning system that you just mentioned, the zoning system is another topic we need to talk about and let us, let us.
Mhm.
Is it necessary? Is it proper to actually apply the zoning system? Do you actually get the best out of it? You get the best candidate that will actually represent us out of zoning system. What if you zone it to, region A, and region A do not have the, the you know, the representative that will carry the whole country along and do the right thing, and perform actually, or is maybe when you zone it to region A, but region B has the genuine person that is going to represent us with selfless service, but you are already giving it to region A because that is what you want to apply. But does it actually bring out the best? Again, like I said,
That's
that's
totally.
for another day. We're gonna hold up. We're gonna hold up on that. But with what you just said, I'm trying to bring today's program to a close. I really cannot thank you enough because of your contribution towards the development and growth of that country, Nigeria. You have done so well.
Thank
And
you.
I wish a lot are like you. We would not have problem with that because you simplified the whole thing. You make it
Thank you.
simple. You do not expect, anything so great. You don't expect us to import anything from overseas. You want us to be who we are. You want us to be ourselves. But being ourselves, you also want us at the same time to be responsible. You know, if we are responsible enough,
That's
we
right.
deal and contain a lot of excesses, from people
We will
who
excel.
corrupt and all that stuff. So these are what you are for. You be standing for all that. You want it so simple, and making it simple that we can do it. We can handle it. It's just that men, men, many people
Yes, we can.
because of because of their greed and all that. So I know who you are. I hold you to a very high esteem. With all due respect, I give you a lot of respect, and that was the reason why we did that show in your honor last time. The last show that we did it in your
Thank
honor.
you.
You know
Thank you
who you
very
are.
much. I can't thank you all enough.
You know your value. I will continue to give you that respect and honor. I will continue to pray for God to protect you, for Jah to protect you and give you longevity
Amen.
to life, in this life, so that we can always get your input as how to
Relax.
move the nation forward towards the right direction. We thank you so much, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Blackbright, for your participation in this
Thank you.
form, this broadcast. Every time we call on you, you are always there
Thank
to
you.
answer us, to educate the people, to enlighten the people of the way it is supposed to be. And you know that we are not giving up. When we get there, you always say it. When we get there, it's just that
Surely.
the pace is so slow. That's the problem. But however,
Slowly but surely.
exactly, slowly but surely, yeah, we'll surely get there. But slowly. Thank you so much, Mr. Blackbright. And I know it is kind of late out there in the Netherlands. I
Thanks.
will allow you to go get some rest and then prepare for the next show. Once again, may Jah continue to bless and keep you, so that we will be right back
Sila.
to the same station, same platform next time for another interesting edition of the Dubran Idele-Ero show. I will bring another music from Modern Midnight as we're closing out. Thank you so much. God bless you. Uh, for listening out there, I know Mr. Gunawaya already exited, but I want to thank you, Mr. Gunawaya, as well for coming to the show today. And your input was very, 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 very vital. I know the people listen to you. Hope they get enlightened from what you have said in this program. see you as well. I will invite you back to join us on this discussion because I'm going to revisit and probably bring in better or more interesting topic so that we can move our nation forward. God bless both of you and God bless our viewers because without you out there, this program will not exist. Thank you so much. May God bless you. My name is Jufran.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's the British damn burning and looting. They were shooting and my people went dying. They were killing my people, yeah. And they beat and sent my king into exile. Give the word of it, rest in peace. Was left to weep and cry until he died. I was born in the city of love. The preach came and they turned it into the city of blood. Subjugate to brutalize my people. Rub the loot to defecate to my people. I wake up at night and my body sweat from the things I saw while I was dreaming. The evil that perpetrated, orchestrated, coming up to me in the revelation. The shooting, the burning, the looting, the whipping, the willing, the killing. Sad is my heart and my heart is set. I get thinking about it and a piece of man. They took my key to another land. How could you do it to a brother, man? 1897 was for 77. Every day know, now you know. It was 1897. We're shooting and my people went die. And they were killing my people, yo. And they beat and sent my king into exile. Give the word of it, rest in peace. Was left to weep and cry. Bring back the treasures in store from beneath. Let the souls of my ancestors rest in peace. Cause they hanging, just sitting in limbo. Hard for them to us, forget to let it go. I appeal to the conscience of become a bitch. Please take my plea to the balance of the equation is to take a hit and do the right thing, make a mess. For the evil you did, it was a crime against humanity. It was a crime against purity. It was a crime against positivity. It was a crime against my people and me. What you did was an abomination. You came in with no invitation, took advantage of every situation, and you destroyed my people's tradition. That's the British damn burning and looting. It was 1797. We're shooting and my people went die. And they were killing my people, yo. And they beat and sent my king into exile. Give the word of it, rest in peace. Was left to weep and cry until he died.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? I gotta talk about this, yo. You know what we're talking about now. What the terrorists did back in Britain on 7/7/2005 was so wrong, man. I hate it, man. I feel mad about it, and it disgusts me. But I gotta tell you, what the British did to my city back in 1897 was worse, man. You know, it was an abomination too, you know. And all the things was told from my people, y'all better bring it back. You know, it wasn't right, man. You know, bring back the treasures to the it from us. Y'all heard me?
That's the British damn burning and looting. It was 1797. We're shooting and my people went die. And they were killing my people, yo. And they beat and sent my king into exile. Give the word of it, rest in peace. Was left to weep and cry until he died. The British damn burning and looting. It was 1797. We're shooting and my people went die. And they were killing my people, yo. And they beat
with us on this platform, this broadcast. So we'll be right back to you next broadcast with another interesting topic, another interesting edition of the program. Thank you so much, and God bless you, and God keep you and your family. All we are interested in on this platform is the welfare of our people. So that if we do the right thing, everybody play their part, we will have a better society.